All right, we have got Taj here. Me and Taj have been working together for the last 3 months. Taj is one of my youngest clients. He's actually only 17 and yet he is killing it. So today we're going to be going through how he has found the last 3 months. So Taj, first of all, when we started, do you want to give people just an idea of like what kind of situation you were in when we started 3 months ago in terms of, work, education, just the general sort of setup?
Yeah, sweet. So I'm based in Australia and the trades are real big in Australia. Finished year 10, dropped out, I'm an electrical apprentice. So but been working for about, I don't know, 8 months up until the point of working with Samsung. And yeah, I was just been very entrepreneurish all my life and decided to actually invest because I had the money, and that's where our journey started.
Awesome. Yeah, so I guess my first question would be, obviously there's, tons of people out there. I think it was funny how you came across me, and then obviously we figured out that we've got some similarities in some sense. I guess what specifically for you was it that made you want to work with me on that, initial call when we first spoke? What made you want to work with me over maybe someone else that might be doing something similar?
You just seem very genuinely interested in finance space. Compared to other people I've tried working with, tried signing on with, they're very, very money hungry, just trying to get after it. Like, I respect the hustle, but they don't really give two two cents about you. Like, but with you, Samson, when we hopped on straight away, it felt genuine, 100%. He cared about my ambitions, my goals, where I'm at, where I want to be, all those things and more, adding more than I could ever ask for.
I
And
appreciate
that's
that.
what really, really drove me to saying yes.
Perfect. And like, I think that's always going to drive people away. Like some people are far too pushy or not understanding of like, you speak to a person here, not just like a walking wallet. Do you know what I mean? And like, I found every single time I've been in a conversation and I felt like someone isn't talking to me for me or to understand what I'm trying to do and then see if that it would be a good fit for us to work together. And they're just talking to me as a
Mm,
potential, payment in their bank account. I'm immediately turned away. And so I'm glad that I could show you that
yeah.
did genuine, want to see like how I can help you. And then obviously we end up working together. So it's great. Next question would be, um, I guess just in terms of your understanding of business as a whole, AI, or just, building a service-based business for you specifically, how would you compare it to when you started out, to now?
I really, really gained more of an insight over the last three months rather than just researching on my own, because Samson himself, if you talk to him, he he lets you know that he's done this pages like this specific business, but also previous years, like right from when he was young, similarities like we mentioned before. Um, but he's kind of got that previous knowledge and experiences and mistakes, and helps me try and fast track them, get around, learn from his mistakes, essentially, which definitely puts me that little bit more forward rather than what if I was working without him. And that's kind of the biggest takeaway that I've gotten so far, which is just getting that extra knowledge from someone who's well above me, so I can catch up a lot quicker than I would without someone.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I keep trying to remind you in terms of how far ahead you are of the average 17-year-old. Like, I was in a similar position when I was 17. So when you're 21, I think you're going to at least be in the position that I'm in, if not further, because you've got all those head starts. So you really are moving very quick. Um, okay. And then obviously, I guess you've tried a couple of things before and,
Mm.
and maybe got to a certain point where you were almost there and then gone to something else. It's very common. A lot of people, we've spoken about it. I guess with what we've been working on, for reference, Taj is selling systems and AI into the real estate market in Australia. So it's pretty much an operating system for real estate agents to manage. So if anyone's watching and you're a real estate agent, hit Taj up. He's going to be able to help. Um, I guess what I would ask is, compared to those other things, why do you think that you've been able to stick with this, or why do you think that this is maybe something that is going to give you better results than what you've done previously, or what's allowed you to continue down this path rather than, I guess, as you might have before, jumping to something else that feels easier?
So there's two kind of answers to this question from my point of view. The first one being the world itself is just moving towards AI, and there's no neglecting that. You can go, oh, I'll be fine without it, and you may, but the entire world, like if you ask any student anywhere in the world, I guarantee you that 99% of them, well, using ChatGPT because it's easy. And as a, if you look at it from like a brain perspective, your brain's trying to make the easiest tasks most efficient, the hardest tasks more efficient, and AI is kind of that. Now, I'm real set on AI. Boom, that's the first thing. Second thing is the investment. Like most, some people do not understand. Like, oh, there may be a little bit of money involved in it, and they were scared to spend it. But really, the investment kind of ties you back to it, and you go, oh, if I've done nothing with it, I wasted my money. Blah blah blah. Like
100%.
I've got the information from Samson. I've got the knowledge and ability to understand that the world is moving towards AI. And the third one being I've invested. And if I do nothing with it, I've wasted my time, I wasted Samson's time, I wasted my money. Boom. And I can let down future people that I haven't met, future clients that really need my skills that I've learned from Samson.
100%. Yeah, and like that's I think something that people miss quite a lot is if you're not fully, or at least partially invested in something, like if you don't have enough skin in the game, right, then it's very easy to, in essence, leave the pitch and walk off and give up when things get tough. And like something I've tried to
Mm,
repeatedly kind of enforce with you is it will be hard regardless of what you're doing. You're 100% in the right industry. You know that. Like, it's the perfect place to be. You're positioned really well. And so, yeah, I think it makes sense that when you've got someone who is telling you, no, you need to keep going. No, you need to be doing this to get results. No, I don't believe that that's stopping you from doing it. Just do the work. It really helps someone to continue us down that path, which you have done. Um, okay, cool. Next question would be, what has been your, I guess, favorite or just like the most beneficial part of the program, or just your time working with me? And it can be anything, it can be personal, it can be business, it can be just the experience as a whole. What did you find most beneficial for you personally?
just being able to realize that me and you, Samson, it might not be the same for other people, but for me, we're very, very similar. Not in age, but in you're in the exact same spots as I've been.
A bit
That's how
active?
I learned from you.
Yeah,
Yeah, like just connecting on those, I don't know, same kind of life, pretty much. Like getting Samson has informed me that he had like the holy grail job in the UK. I think it's something to do with banking. Awesome. Everyone's like, oh yes, I'd love to be in your position. Never leave. You're gonna get paid so well. It's such a safe job. Boom. Leaves it because he hates it. He knows he can do more. And he is. But everyone's like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Blah 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 blah. Me myself, I haven't left my job, but same exact situation. Like in Australia, the holy grail is the trades. It's like, oh, electrical, holy moly, you make lots of money because Australia is a mining continent. Oh my goodness, you make lots of money, stay in it. I'd love to be in your job. Holy grail. I'm eventually with this gonna leave, gonna go down that path and make lots more than I am now. And I really like over the course of the last 3 months realized that we're very two and two similar, not in age, as I said before, but just experiences. And
yeah,
yeah, that's just been my favorite part.
yeah, it makes sense. And to be honest, it's been great for me because, like, all of my advice that I give to people, I always, hopefully you've noticed this, is like I refuse to do things in theory or tell people to do something that I haven't done myself. It's always going to
Yeah.
be, what have I found that works? What have I done for a client that also works? And how can I give that to the next person or share the information with the person that needs it? And so, speaking to you, and you telling me about like, oh, well, when I was like 14, 15, I started doing this, and then I did this, then I did this, then when I got the job, it's like just reminding me of all the different things that I did and all the different mistakes that I made. And so being able to speak to someone who has literally been through very similar experiences, even though it's, on the other side of the world, it's been great for me to be able to pass on those lessons that I learned. And I wish I had someone when I was 17. I wish I had someone who was 21 telling me, ignore your ignore all these people who are telling you how great the job is. You're so much more capable than that. You're like, I can see that you're more
Right.
capable. And like, I didn't have that at the time. And so it took me a long time to then leave because everyone was telling me, oh, this is so perfect. And so being able to tell someone at an earlier stage, like, you've got to trust that you are actually capable. I'm living proof that,
Mm.
years in the future, if you put in the work that I have, which I know you're going to, then you're going to be in the same position and you're not going to fucking care what so and so has to say about your like career, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, and then the very last one, just because I know that you've got to go in just a minute here, would be, what would you say to someone who is potentially on the fence about working with me? And would you recommend to anyone who's maybe in a similar position to you or any business owner out there who knows that they need to be integrating AI? What would be your words to them if they're, on the fence about working with me?
100% shouldn't even be a question. But if you are iffy, give it a crack. I reckon you'll learn so much more than you do now. And realistically, and we were talking about this before, you wouldn't be thinking about it if you didn't need it. So if you got the option to think about it, give it a crack. Like there's nothing bad that's ever come out of this for myself personally, but I'm sure everyone else that's worked with Samson can agree. Like, I don't know, there's no negatives to it. You can always learn. You're always learning forever after Samson's program. You're always learning in the world. Like learning never stops. Why stop on something you're not even sure of?
Yeah, awesome. Well, listen, Taj, I really appreciate that. It's been a pleasure working with you. I know that you're going to keep killing it. So keep up the good work and I will speak to you soon.